Okay, so on unjustified funds, 372 plus million. What is the timeline for the recovery of the missing documents for the 3,725.9 million cedis? And if these documents do not exist, will these claims be permanently struck out?
Please, can you make reference to the particular page so that we are with you?
So page 117, the first box there, the total of 372,922,32 plus cedis. That's the first box. The total amount, the extreme last end, 372 million plus.
Yes, so that's okay. I mean, initially it was mentioned as 3 million. So it's 372,932,24 Ghana cedi.
Exactly so.
Okay.
So I'm asking, that was the timeline for the recovery of these missing documents, and if the documents do exist, will the claims be permanently struck out, and will the relevant contractors also be blacklisted? Thank you.
Chairman, I think this is a bulk figure.
Yes.
And it is not only about documents that led to this figure. There are various infractions. And so if we could take them one after the other.
You see, those amounts, like it says at the heading, the amounts to be justified before payment. So whatever claims that you have sent, you need to justify it. Auditors, do you have something to add to this?
Nothing to add. They need to provide the justification so we can validate.
So when you bring the justification, then they will validate it and there may be some payments made.
So when it comes to reclassification of no invoices, an amount of 314,000 plus cedis from claims to commitment due to no invoices. From claims to no invoices, it was referred that the issue being the system of GIBMIS, the usage to prevent uninvoiced claims from being processed. Can you speak to this, please?
Chairman, I think this will have to, we don't have it here as we speak. I mean, it was not an issue that was brought to our attention. And so that's what I'm saying. The whole bulk figure, if we can pick the issues one after the other.
Honorable Minister, these amounts, during the exit interview, I think they went through with your ministry. Did any of you guys attend the exit conference that they did at Ministry of Finance? Was anybody there?
Mr. Nichuga, were you part of the exit conference? You were there, but this issue wasn't brought up.
But here is the report. Very detailed report. There are two of them. They called your ministry. You were there. And these numbers were there.
That's what I'm insisting that.
And in fact, this report, this is the first time we are seeing this report. We have to download it on the website when we were invited.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Did you go to Ministry of... stay right there. Did you go to Ministry of Finance to talk to the auditors?
Yeah, we went, but when we went, we disagreed with some of their issues. So they said we should go back to our offices. They will let the auditors come back so that they do some re-verification.
We've been joined by our Chief Whip of Parliament, Honorable Defiamapo, and he's going to ask some questions. Please get him a seat by the table so that the cameras can catch him. Have you taken the oath yet? You've taken the oath. Okay, sit down.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Now, you just told the committee that this is the first time you are seeing this report. Is that accurate?
No. Chief, let me respond to this. I mean, for him to say that this is the first time he's seen the reports may be a slip. Yes, what I know is that if he's talking about the whole, what is it called, report like this, then yes. But the issue that concerns his ministry is in the net. And he just said that he downloaded it. And so it will be inaccurate to say that this is the first time he's seen the reports.
Minister, I would wish he would speak himself so that he can take the sweat and not you.
But I'm not sweating.
Honorable Minister, my brother, you and I serve on this committee for 8 good years. So I know you know the ins and outs of this committee. And I know that the response to the question, it's not there. Because you know how the reports are compiled. But I take your answer in good faith. So let me find out from him, at the time that the auditors came to audit the accounts in question, this special audit, were you at post?
Yes, sir, I was at post.
You were at post?
Yes, sir.
So let's start from there. So you engaged the auditors. When they raised the queries, you answered the queries at the time of the audit?
No. So what I was assigned to coordinate the audit process. So anytime they need information, I will liaise with the appropriate agency to provide the information.
So why are you speaking to the issues? You should have told the committee that you were incapable of speaking to the issues. No, hold on. No, wait. A liaison person doesn't mean you were the officers responsible for the audit inquiries or speaking to the issues. Unless you are saying that you are one of the officers who interacted with the auditors when they came to audit the subject matter in question.
No, I only coordinated the whole process. Anytime they need information, I directed.
Yes, the fact that you coordinated doesn't mean you could speak to the issues. You coordinated because your ministry found you suitable for facilitating your colleagues so they could respond to the audit process. So you were incapable. So tell us that you cannot answer.
By coordination, tell us exactly what you did. That's what I want to know.
When the auditors came, they were assigned to me, so they were in my office doing their work. And every time they need information, they'll ask me, even if for the agency, they'll ask me to get a contact for the agency to respond to their observations. So I'll just link with the agency concerned to provide answers to the questions the auditors want. But I was not providing the answers for the
Auditors, can you confirm what he just said?
Honorable Chair, yes.
So, Honorable Minister, which of your officers can speak to this matter?
Chairman, that's a very interesting question. I mean, as we sit here, almost everybody is new. And I was asking them why we didn't bring those who were there before. And then they told me that that was not communicated to them. And that there's no evidence that there was any communication to the effect that they should come with the directors who were there. The person who I just spoken is the director responsible for PPME, who does not have direct responsibility when it comes to matters like this. So all he did was just to coordinate. And so even somewhere along the line I suggested that if it was possible, because there are still very complex issues to go into, if it was possible, we want to bring those who were there to help unravel some of these issues.
That's okay. Now, let me find out from the auditors. Auditors, this was a specially commissioned exercise. So, which public officers did you deal with in reviewing these records?
Honorable Chair, I would not have their names of head, but we dealt with officers from the ministry.
No, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, these are very. You see, this was a special audit. This was a special audit, so you should be able to tell me that you dealt with the chief director, but the chief director, at the time that you were dealing with him, made it clear that he had taken position at that ministry maybe a month or two prior to your coming. You see, let's set the matters in context. The PPME director is simply telling us that he facilitated your work at the ministry by providing, by coordinating your activities. So he was not the center of the audit. So that's what I want to find out from. Now the pendulum has swung to you. Who deduce director of so and so and so and so and so who were at post? Because the minister has told us that these are very new public officers. So if you dealt with the new public officers, then it's also in contest. Then we can now proceed to say, okay, now let's hear from the public officers who were at post at the time of these transactions. It can happen later. Then letters can be sent to them. They are identifiable. These things help the exercise, very objectively. I don't want any public officer to be responding to matters that he is not seized with the facts. It will not be fair.
Yes, the auditors.
Honorable Chair, I think the coordinator will be the best person to tell us because he was leading us. So he should be able to tell us who we spoke to.
So, PPME director.
Then please, can you repeat the question because I didn't get the...
Okay, the auditors are saying that you facilitated their work. You provided the officers who were interviewed or who responded. So tell us which of your directors you facilitated to answer the audit queries. If you don't have, you see, listen, let me offer this advice. If you don't have the information, say that, oh, I don't have the information, but I can provide it. Then we will direct that, okay, in a day or two or within a certain time frame, provide the information. But don't belittle everyone by saying that I coordinated or facilitated the process, but I cannot give you names.
Chief, clearly there's an issue here.
Yes.
And like you said, I refuse to be embarrassed.
Yes.
I've never been embarrassed and
Yes,
I don't want to be
all.
embarrassed.
I know you.